Welcome to our series of video in factoring polynomials. The goal of this video to continue factoring trinomials when the leading coefficient is not a 1. The leading coefficient is 3. When you multiply 3 times the negative 5, you get negative 15. 1 times 15 and 3 times 5. This is the sum and this is the difference. Because this is negative, I look under the difference. And here is 14, means 14 corresponding to what? Corresponding to 1 times 15, but here is 2. All of them are negative 15. I look for 2. 2 corresponding to what? To 3 and 5. In this one here, number 2 and number 3, I'm going to use 3 and 5. In number 4, I'm going to use 1 and 15 because it's 14. Because when I multiply 3y times negative 5, I get negative 15y squared. For this one is 14 and 14, I'm going to use 1 and 15. And the sign must be different to get negative 15. Here, which is negative, when you multiply 3y squared times negative 5, I get negative 15y squared. I'm going to use 1 times 15 means 1y times 15y. Because this must be the two signs must be different to get positive times negative. Which one is positive, which one is negative? Because this is 14 negative, means the higher one it became negative. And this is positive. Positive 1y times negative 15y, I get negative 15y squared. And also I'm going to replace the negative 14y here to y or 1y minus 15y. The second one, also I'm going to use y times 15, positive y or 1y times 15y. The sign here positive means the 15y is positive and the negative 1y is negative. I'm going to replace the positive 14y to negative y plus 15y. Three y squared under 3y squared minus 5 minus 5. I group them. I take 3y common factor here. Here y minus 3, y minus 5, sorry. And this one, I'm going to write it in bracket, is y minus 5 multiplied by 1, the same thing, plus 1 times y minus 5. Because 1 times y, I get y, 1 times negative 5, I get negative 5. Okay. I have y minus 5 is a common factor. Y minus 5 is a common factor. I multiply by 3y, I get the first term. I multiply y minus 5 times positive 1. I use this distributive property. And if when you multiply these two binomials, I get this trinomial back. I write 3y squared under 3y squared. Plus under plus. And here minus 5. I'm going to group them. I take 3y is a common factor here. And for this group, I take negative 1 common factor. Means 3y here. Here y plus 5. I take negative 1 is common factor. times y plus 5. You have y plus 5 is a common factor. If you multiply this by 3y, you get the first term. If you multiply y plus 5 times the negative 1 by using distributive property, I get the second term. And when you multiply this to binomial, I get this is trinomial back. Because the difference here is 2. 2 here means I have to choose 3 and 5. Three y squared times negative 5, I get negative 15y squared. Okay, I'm going to use 3y times 5y. 3y times 5. 1 is positive, 1 is negative, because here is negative. But here positive means the higher one is positive and the lowest one is negative. When you multiply it, you get negative 15. And when you combine negative 3y plus 5y, you get positive 2y. I'm going to replace the positive 2y by 3y plus 5y. Here, the same thing. I'm going to multiply 3y times 5y. Here, negative means the negative 5 here, and this is positive. When I combine this, I get negative 2y. When I multiply them, I get negative 15y squared. I'm going to replace the negative 2y here by 3y minus 5y. Okay. I'm going to write 3y under 3y squared. And this is one group here. And here plus 5 minus 5 here. Here the 5 is common factor. Here 3y is common factor. Means 3y is a common factor. Here y minus 1. And here plus I take 5 is a common factor. Here y minus 1. You have y minus 1 is a common factor here. I take y minus 1 is a common factor. I use distributive property. When you multiply y minus 1 times 3y, I get the first term. When you multiply y minus 1 times positive 5, I get the second term. And when you multiply these two binomials, I get this trinomial back. Because factoring is the reverse of multiplication, and multiplication is the reverse of factoring. Here is 3y squared. Here is plus. Here minus 5. This is two group here. For this one, I take negative 5 common factor. For this one, I take 3y common factor. And 3y is a common factor. Here, y plus 1. This one, I take negative 5 is a common factor. Y plus 1. Okay. Negative 5 times y, I get negative 5y. Negative 5 times this one, I get negative 5. I take y plus 1 is a common factor. If you multiply by 3y, I use distributive property of multiplication. I multiply 3 times y, I get the first term. And when you multiply y plus 1 here times the negative 5, I get the second term. And when you multiply this to binomials, I get this trinomial back. This is your homework. Try those in your own. And if you have any questions, please write it in the comment below. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful.